Well, good Monday evening, everybody. It is fantastic to be back on air. Tonight, Monday Night Thunder season finales for both the MARS guys and the DSRL guys. Mars will be up first. The Beardsconsin Pavement Street Stock Series. They are at Five Flags Speedway. We have seen a plethora of races here, and they have all been fantastic. We expect nothing less this evening. Our championship really is just down to two drivers. They are separated by 15 points. And if Adam Vinny is going to have a shot at snatching the championship, Joey Connor's going to have a horrible night. And driver 64 is probably going to have to win the race. Right now, Mr. Vinny, sixth quick in the session. And, of course, that 91 car, he is the fastest. He is putting some practice laps in. Guys got about 3.5 minutes left. 20 cars are checked into the server. Only 19 of them have made laps to take time. Still going to be a fun one to close the season out. This series will be moving back to Sunday nights in a couple of weeks. They will be switching to the new mini stock. They will stay on the pavement. And I am told that they're going to run tracks that are a half mile and shorter on Sunday nights. And that will be a weekly deal. So, should be good. Should be fun. They're going back to their original night. We're looking forward to that because that adds another night to the broadcast rotation here. That also means the DSRL will have both shows on Monday nights for Monday Night Thunder, and that will go back to an all-dirt evening. They will do big block modifieds at the 8 o'clock slot and 360 wing sprint cars at that 9:30 slot. All the information for them is over on their fan page, Dirt Slingers Racing on Facebook. You can go to dirtslingersracing.com, check it all out too. Scotty Tiny Dancer King has the website all updated, so check that out. But tonight it is about finales and championships. We'll crown a champion here. And then in the second show, we will crown two champions. We'll crown the big block modified champion. We'll turn right around and also crown the Camus Racing Simulators Wheelman champion. As we close things out for the summer of 2024. Good numbers already in the chat. Seeing people already getting after it. Hello, Miss McLaughlin, and hello, Beards. Good to see you here early, buddy. Where you potting a J at? Haven't seen him on in a minute. Still waiting to see if Colin Penn is going to put some laps down. Now, he was in the server. We did see him log in. I just don't see him making laps. A lot of guys out and about. Reed Rundle did make it in. He's probably in that third group, and he is out there on the track. He and his partner in crime, and there's Adam Vinny right there, the teammates. Pete Dillon, why are you not racing? I thought I saw you in the Discord. Why are you not out here competing tonight, sir? This is a little disappointing, I have to admit. I'm sure it's disappointing for your fans, but it's disappointing for the broadcaster as well, because I'm used to seeing this 7 car out there. Getting right down to it. Just a few seconds. These boys will do their qualifying thing. They're going to get split up in their heats, and we are going to get out of 18 cars. Are all we are taking 2 tonight's AMA. So 2 drivers are going to call it an early night. Now that would change things if somehow the 91 doesn't make it through, which I highly doubt. But he is going to have a catastrophic night for Mr. Vinny to steal this championship away. 15 points is a lot to make up. It's several spots. I think if he starts the A main and can probably finish somewhere inside the top 12 or 15, he probably locks this thing down. Well, that's terrible, Pete. I hate to hear that. There we go. Qualifying. Drivers are already rolling out. We're watching the 64 of Adam Vinny. We'll flip over. We'll find the 91 as soon as he rolls out. He is about to get on to the racing service area. We'll watch Mr. Vinny's first lap, and then we'll flip over and watch Joey Connor on his first attempt. See how close these two are. They'll be separated in heat races, I'm sure, but there goes Adam Vinny across the stripe. And Vinny, fourth quick. 18.22 seconds. We're watching Joey Connor. Up high. This is maybe not going to be the fast lap for him. He may wait until the second lap. Really try to put one down. Yeah, he's going to the bottom this time. He was only 12th quick on lap number 1. Sean McLaughlin, 18.06, and Dan LaHennessy at 18.07. Your 2 quick qualifiers at the moment. Shemensky is almost 16.08. This time out of 4. There's Joey Connor. Connor goes to the top, 17.93. So he moves everybody down and puts some distance between himself and second qualifier. Garrett Boyd is on track. He's just wrapping up his laps. Boyd 15th quick. Reed Rundle is on track, and he is second quick at 18.03. Going to try to improve that on his second lap. I think that slip out of 2 right there may have been his undoing. He got way sideways out of 4, but he keeps his foot in it, and that's going to slow him down. Yeah, 18.19 on the lap number 2. Matt Eddy just finished his up. Mr. Eddy, 12th quick. So Connor, Rundle, McLaughlin, LaHennessy, and then the 2 Shemenskys in the top 6. Wynn, Turnmeyer, Knowles, and Pierce, the top 10. Andrew Humphrey on track. Let's go watch Andrew Humphrey. That 31 machine. One of my favorite paint schemes out here right now. And his first lap coming to the line. And he's 16th quick at an 18.26. And the session is going to come to an end with him in the middle of his second lap. So, qualifying in the books, Tiny Dancer in the chat. We'll get ready to look at the lineup for heat number 1. It's going to be the 24 of Stephen Pierce with that pole position. He'll have Casey Wynn, the 05 on his outside. Dan Hennessy, the 37, row 2 to the inside. Next to the quick qualifier and the current points leader, Joey Connor, multi-time winner in the series, defending champion. 52, Colin Penn. We did not see him in practice, but he is 5th on the starting grid for heat number 1. And he has Andrew Humphrey in the 31 on his outside. And then Jeff Brunner in the 164 starts at the back of heat number 1. Oh, that's got to get reset real quick. We probably should have done that before. Good look at the 05 of Casey Wynn right there. Dang. You're having all kinds of problems, Pete. All right, looks like we might be getting ready to go green here. See what the pace car does. Going to bring them around one more time, so we will get both pace laps in. Plenty of chat going on. Keep it up, guys. Makes it a lot more fun. We're just happy to be back on the air. We hope everybody is recovering from that nasty hurricane that made its way into the middle of the eastern part of the United States and poor Florida. You guys, anybody down there watching, you guys are about to get hit again right through the center of the state. Man, batten down the hatches, get the hell out of there, whatever you got to do. I've got people in that area, I know, and I'm trying to stay in contact with them so I can see what's going on. So far, everybody's undecided on how they're going to do it, but we're green flag racing here. Season finale for the Mars Beardsconsin Street Stock Series. Side by side for the lead. Wynn and Pierce. Wynn's got it by just a nose. Through 3 and 4, can he keep the power down? Pierce will lead lap 1. They're side by side behind that. 2 more rows. So the front 6 still in pace formation at speed. Now they're going to start to thin things out a little bit. They'll get single file from 5th on back. Big slip from Wynn. Big wiggle out of the 91 of Connor. Hennessy is keeping it right there. Jay Church in the chat. What's up, man? Ain't seen you in a hot minute. Well, Hennessy's going to take 3rd away from Joey Connor. Connor not content to just sit. He is going to try to go after him. He's going to get down there and try to shove to the inside. He got the left sides down on the flat, got out of shape. It's not going to hurt him. That opens the door getting into 3. He was so low and slow that he had to get out of the groove. And Colin Penn is going to come after him. You were so well. I told Beards to find out where you've been because we ain't seen you in a while, my brother. Watching 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here. Top 2 broke away, and they are single file. Pierce and Wynn. Hennessy took 3rd from Connor. Connor is fighting back, trying to keep 4th, but he just keeps missing that line. And he keeps the door open for Colin Penn. 2 to go this time by. Leaders hit the stripe. They've got it figured out now. And once again, the points leader, problems down the backstretch. He lost the nose on the car. He's got the car righted. He's going to end up 7th in this deal. Jeffrey Brunner got a piece of him. Oh, so did Humphrey. Humphrey's going to the pits. So is Brunner. But coming out of 4, checkered flag on heat 1, it's going to be Pierce, Wynn, Hennessy, and Penn. Those boys going to be locked in to tonight's A-Main. I believe Connor, Humphrey, and Brunner all going to have to come through that LCQ, and only 2 spots are going to be available in that race. It might be 6 spots available. I might be wrong about that. We only got 3 heats, so we might have 6 spots available. So, Heat 1, interesting, and the points leader coming in, having all kinds of issues there towards the end. We'll get ready to look at Heat number 2 and the starting lineup for that. It's going to be like this. It's going to be the 1 of Jacob Schmutz on the pole with the 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer on his outside. John Shemensky, the 99 car, row 2 to the inside. He'll have Reed Rundle in that 43 on his outside. Second in the points coming into the night, starting 5th in Heat number 1, the 64 of Adam Vinny. And Chris Alvey in the 13 will be his partner in that row. And then you'll have Chris Griffin in that black number 12 on the back row. Yeah, Zoom call is cool. I think I've done one in my whole life. Actually, I've done a couple because I think that's how we do our video inspections with the city, is via Zoom calls now. I don't know. I've only done a couple of those, maybe 3. Got to have it on the phone, so whatever that is. I have enough technology savvy to do all of this, but I don't know jack squat about my phone. Answer a call, send a text. I probably can make phone calls too. I should probably include that. But we are ready to get started. Second of 3 heat races, Schmutz and Turnmeyer. On the front row.
Green flag, green flag.
Wow, that green flag came out way before the start zone. I think everybody was thinking we got to get to the line. Nobody was ready to get on the loud pedal, and they're going to stay side by side. Front 2 rows. Looks like Turnmeyer's got the best of it down the backstretch on the top side. He'll pull the lead away from Jacob Schmutz, and now can Reed Arundel do the same? He will, and he'll go after Schmutz. Schmutz going to move up the hill. That Monte Carlo got pretty wide getting into turn 1 right there. Here comes Adam Vinny working to the inside of John Shemensky. He is trying to get up to 4th. Lock himself into the feature. Doesn't want to have to go through that B main, especially now that the points leader has to go. Almost the car length. He just about has him cleared. Getting into 3. We're coming around. Wave lap in Heat 2. 5 to go. Good move from Rundle. He cut that car down early. He's got the inside position on Schmutz. Schmutz got a little out of shape trying to cut the car down as well. That's going to cause him some momentum break. And here comes Vinny looking to take 3rd. Adam Vinny trying to start close to the front in tonight's feature. It's all Turnmeyer. He's got about 5 car lengths, about half a second on Rundle. Big slip from Shemensky down the backstretch. He got the car slowed down enough. Don't think he really hit anything, but he lost the back end just like Schmutz just did down the front stretch. Schmutz absolutely cleaved the inside fence. Left side of that car absolutely gone. So laying back there right about the start-finish line. Coming around for 2 to go. Marvin Turnmeyer out in front. Reed Rundle, Adam Vinny. 2nd and 3rd, a distant Chris Alvey in 4th. Those are your lock-in spots. There goes Griffin to the infield. Schmutz is 5th and Shemensky is 6th right now. We'll get around here because your front 3 are coming closer and closer together. Hello, Mr. Bill. On the white flag lap, down the backstretch. I think Turnmeyer can hang on to this one. He just needs to keep it facing forward. And he'll do that coming out of turn 4. Marvin Turnmeyer wins Heat 2. Rundle 2nd. Vinny 3rd. Alvey takes the last direct transfer spot. Schmutz, Shemensky, and Griffin. They will be in tonight's B main. So we'll get ready to look at The starting lineup for the final heat race of the evening. 6 cars involved in this one. The 88 of Matt Eddy will have the pole. Matt Knowles in the 15 will be on his outside. Andrew Szymanski in the 53, row 2 to the left. And the 77 of Sean McLaughlin will join him on the right side of that row. And your final row for the final heat, the 92 of Josh Westendorf inside, the 21 of Garrett Boyd outside. 5 of our 6 cars have made the call. Man, I hope Matt Eddy is not having connection issues again, because that would really suck. I like to see all the guys get a shot. Waiting. Time will eventually expire. Waiting for Mr. Eddy. If he had connection problems, I'm going to feel so bad for that guy. He looked like he had a pretty decent car tonight. It looks like the guys are going to roll off, and that is going to move the 53 of Andrew Szymanski to the pole. Josh Westendorf will move inside of row number 2, and that will leave G-Body Garrett Boyd on the back row by himself. If this stays true, that B main is going to be interesting, because there's only going to be 1 spot not available. And it'll all be about the last guy out. Full slate of shows this week. This is show number 1. Show 2, 9:30 tonight. TSRL Big Block Series Crowning Champions. Tomorrow night, ERA back on track again with their Pavement Late Model Series. And then on Thursday night, Red Driver Mighty Midget season finale for them this week too. A lot of finales this week.
Green flag, green flag.
They're in the zone. The green flag did come out in the zone that time. And we are still going to get side-by-side starts. Szymanski on the bottom, grabs the lead, starts to drive away. Looks like Westendorf is going to challenge Knowles. And now Garrett Boyd moved to the inside of McLaughlin. Oh, Westendorf way out of shit. Oh, my goodness, what a lick. And there comes Matt Eddy. Joined the party a little late, but he is out. It says he's 3 laps. I don't see how he's 3 laps down when that was just a couple of laps. I don't know what I'm missing here, but we sure do have short heats all of a sudden. Szymanski to the line. They're side by side. Knowles and McLaughlin. And they're going to stay side by side. McLaughlin with a little slip. That opens it up for Knowles. Here comes Boyd on the top side. Oh, a little move from McLaughlin up, and I think Boyd was getting a little loose, and the car was headed down. Both drivers, good job. They're going to keep them squared up. Matt Eddy's going to be shown 1 lap down, not 3 laps down, 1 lap down, unfortunately. And he is going to stay right on the outside of the direct transfers. But it may give him a shot to start closer to the front in that B main tonight, and that may help him transfer through. 3 to go this time. 53 of Szymanski out in front. 3/4, 8/10 of a second now. Knowles, McLaughlin, Boyd is right there. The top 4 automatically in to tonight's feature. And Garrett Boyd definitely needs these points heading into that dirt finale tonight too, because he is one of the 3 drivers in the Wheelman Championship. All 3 of them are here now. All 3 of them will be in that race. But he has a pretty hefty, like 28-point lead, and every point he can garner here is a point he's not losing going into that finale over there. We'll try to get those points updated between sessions. We'll work really hard on that for you. But we're on the white flag lap. Szymanski has this one well in hand, and the 53 car looks like he is going to pick up a win in the final heat race of the season. And he'll do just that. Matt Knowles second. Garrett Boyd got around McLaughlin, and he'll take third. McLaughlin, the final direct transfer spot. Eddy and Westendorf will be in tonight's B main. And Westendorf took a lick at the end of that pit road out there. You're probably in a metal building. That doesn't lend itself to having good reception. So we're going to look at our B main. 8 cars. We're going to transfer 6. It's going to be Connor on the pole after a bad heat race run. He'll have Jacob Schmutz on his outside. Eddie rode 2 to the inside, so missing the start of his heat race. Going to put him in the B main, but also going to give him a shot here to make it to the feature. He has row 2 to the inside with Andrew Humphrey in the 31 on his outside. John Sheminsky, 3rd row inside in the 99. Westendorf in the 92 on his outside. And then Jeff Brunner in the 164 and Chris Griffin in the 12, your final 2 starters. Final 2 finishers are done for the season. Everybody else will transfer into tonight's A main. 10 laps to get it done. We'll see if Mr. Connor can get the ship righted. And that will put him starting at least in the 13th position out of 18 cars when we start that finale. Now, I think he needs a better finish than that. I think he's going to have to be somewhere inside the top 10 to guarantee it, but I will let race control officially announce that final point standing once we complete tonight's feature. But we're coming around to take the green. A last chance qualifier. 6 out of the 8 move on. Everybody else is done for the season, and the green flag in the air. And Connor immediately to the front. Schmutz will line up right behind him. Here's Matt Eddy looking for an opening. Schmutz with a wiggle. They're going to try to go 3 wide, and Matt Eddy thought better of that. I think he had the run, and he went ahead and pumped the brakes just a little bit because Andrew Humphrey went to the high side and went right around Schmutz. Out of 2 down the backstretch. Connor, he is just gone. He's got 9/10 of a second on this battle right here. All these guys are in right now. Let's go to the back. So these 2 cars are on the outside looking in. They got to get around the 92. They want to be in the big show tonight. And they're racing side by side, and Westendorf just kind of trying to hold his own and not give up any ground to him. So we'll get back closer to the front. Humphreys has got second. Eddie around the top side is going to take third from Schmutz. Sheminsky's looking to do the same. And Schmutz may move up and make that Monte Carlo a little bit wider here as he is going to try to oh, my goodness. I don't know if he tapped the bumper on the 88 or if Eddie just got loose. But those two had a moment and almost had a fence moment coming out of 4 last time. Eddie gets a good run through the center. And Schmutz is waiting on that car to set down so he can drive off. And Sheminsky just looking for something that's not too wide in front of him. We'll go back a little bit further. Westendorf, he's got company now. Griffin got away from Brunner. This will be the battle for the final transfer spot. We're coming around to 3 to go. Starting to get a little more intense here. Transfer spots on the line. Griffin got a good run through the center. I thought he was going to poke his nose in on the exit, and he didn't do it. Westendorf just trying to keep the 92 car in the spot it's in. No mistakes for 2 more laps. This time, Griffin makes the mistake. He got down on the flat just a touch too early. Now he's going to drive to the inside. He is just getting too much car down the flat, and the car's starting to become a little unweighted on that right rear. And he is not able to get the drive off that he needs. White flag coming out last time around. It's Connor, Humphrey, Eddie, Schmutz, Sheminsky. And right now the 92 of Westendorf is in Half a lap to go. Griffin may have lost enough ground right there that he doesn't have an opportunity to make the pass. This time out of 4, he made the crossover, and it didn't work out for him. He came up about a car length short. So Westendorf will take the final spot. Connor Humphrey, Eddie Schmutz, Shemensky, and Westendorf make it to the A-Main. Griffin and Brunner, good season, boys. Come back next season when we move to Sunday nights into the Bang Bangers. They are going to move to those mini stocks. So we got a couple of minutes. Let's grab our driver, who's doing all the chasing right now. And let's see if he's there. Mr. Vinny, you got a copy.
I got you, buddy. What's up?
Well, you got a little bit of a hole to dig out of, but you're going to start way out in front of the 91 car tonight. I feel like it's going to take a victory. The 64 car got one in it.
Possible. It always usually does. I just got to keep my head clear and see what happens.
Yeah, pretty good run. You and your teammate carved your way through traffic, second and third in your heat races. Did you learn something there that you're going to be able to apply now that the sun has gone completely down and we're under the lights?
You know, not real sure. The track is pretty loose. Being behind them, looks like they're running pretty smooth. Just keep my head level and keep the tires under it and see what happens. Go from there.
All right, remember, all the points are still counting towards the Wheelman deal, and you got another race here in a little while. So, point. Big picture.
Absolutely. That's what I'm looking for. I got 2 things on my mind that I'm looking for, and we'll see if we can get at least one of them.
All right, Matt. Well, good luck to you, and hopefully we get a chance to chat with you in Victor Circle at the end of it, buddy.
I appreciate it, Roger. Have a good night. Enjoy the show.
That's Adam Vinny. He's second in the points coming into the night, and he's going to get a pretty decent starting spot somewhere in the top 9. And he's going to have 4 or 5 spots on Joey Connor. So that's a few points. And real quick, let's real quick grab the admin and ask him, will it take very long for us to get the points tonight as soon as this is over, sir?
No, we should have them pretty quick. As soon as the race is over, I'll jump over there and take a look at it. But, once we take a look at it, make sure if nobody's got any penalties or anything, it'll be pretty much straight up on what we see in our standings.
All right. Well, join us here in the channel and let us know who is officially the champ at the end of this thing, all right?
Will do. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. The old Lumberdude Jackwagon. We hate to bug him, but we got to. Got to get that info. Well, that don't look good in the 91 car. Maybe he caught the apron again out of 4. Our 18 drivers have been decided. All that is left now is to get out here and hammer out the final details and award the final points. Should be a fun one. These points do count towards that Camus Racing Simulator's Wheelman Championship. And the 3 that are in it, Garrett Boyd, Reed Rundle, Adam Vinny, those guys are in the points for that. And Garrett Boyd is in the championship hunt for the Big Block Championship. So they are duking it out. That is separate. I can tell you what that's separated by here in just a moment. It is a 14-point gap from first to second, Boyd to Vinny. And then it is only about 66 points back to third place, Reed Rundle, in that overall championship. There's 10 points separating the top 2 in the season championship. And if Devin Hauer misses another race, it won't matter because Boyd will lock that thing down post-haste. But those points in the overall are affected by the points here. So we're going to try our level best to get those updated in between sessions so that we know going in what it looks like, because we know how those points shake out at the end of the night. It's 6 points of position. They start at 150 and drop back. So depending on where the guys finish, that could, right now as it sits, it's only 3 spots. And if Mr. Boyd has a rough night at Lernerville, as he is prone to leave the racing surface down in 3 and 4, does it frequently. If the other guys can just keep all 4 on the track and get around him, they may have a shot to duke it out between themselves for that overall. It really is only a 3-horse race. Only 3 guys that have competed in all the series, enough races to count. All right, practice session is over. And that means it's feature time, season finale. A champion will come from this race. And looking at that lineup, wow, he has got a beautiful starting spot. Adam Vinny, the catbird now. He has the pole, and he'll have Dan Hennessy on his outside. The 15 of Matt Knowles. Row 2 to the inside with Reed Rundle on his outside. Casey Wynn starts the 05 in row 3 on the inside. And Andrew Shemensky in the 53 will start to his right. 4th row is Marvin Turnmeyer, the 16. Next to Stephen Pierce in the 24. And you'll see the 21 of Garrett Boyd. In row 5 next to Colin Penn in the 52. Chris Alvey, the 13. The 6th row next to Sean McLaughlin as we do our shuffle now. Then it's Joey Connor in row 7 and Andrew Humphrey. Matt Eddy and Jacob Schmutz in row 8. Or in row 7, I'm sorry. No, that's row 8. And row 9, that's Westendorf outside and John Sheminsky inside. So now we got a little bit of a shakeup. Now everything is a little different. Knowles and Rundle on the front row. Wynn and Sheminsky in row 2. Turnmeyer and Pierce. Row 3, Adam Vinny goes all the way back to row number 4 to the inside. He and Hennessy come off the front row and drop to the 4th row. So he is only going to have about 5 starting spots between himself and the driver that he is chasing in the points. Smooth and smart. 35 green flag laps. Lights off on our pace vehicle. That means we're going green this time for the final time. Mars Series on Monday night, Beardsconsin. Street Stock Series. Pace cars out of the way. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Side by side all the way through. We're going to try to keep our eyes kind of in the middle. Going to watch 64. We're going to watch 91. 91 is still stuck back here. They're too wide in front. Alvey opens the door. Whoa, big slide out of Alvey. Evasive maneuvers, 3 wide off the corner. Couple spots up. Now he's in 12th. Tougher sledding as he comes forward. But the battle's for the lead. Rundle not giving it up, trying to make that outside work. Knowles fighting hard on the bottom, trying to keep the car straight. Knowles has led the first 2. Rundle's looking for the drive on the exit of turn number 2. Side by side. Can he get a drive out of turn number 4 and secure the lead? Big slip from Turnmeyer. Whoa, Vinny's up the hill. Vinny got pushed up the hill when Turnmeyer slid. And look who's at his bumper now to the inside. The 91 of Joey Connor. That's your 2 championships leader. He's trying to be careful, trying to be smart. Somebody else's mistake is going to cost him a lot of positions in their side-by-side in front. He doesn't have the room to get down because Colin Penn has the inside peg. There goes McLaughlin around him. Now it's up to Vinny to work the high side. A little bit of damage on that left front. You can see that clip on the front of the car separated from the fender. Ooh, contact there between the 91 of Connor and the 64. Neither driver rough during the season. And now Connor clears Adam Vinny. Go to the front. Knowles, Wynn, and Rundle. Rundle must have had a slip. Must have had a slip coming out of the corner. Because he was side by side when we left it. Shemensky in the 4th spot. Pierce and Boyd are side by side. That's for 6th and 7th. Turnmeyer, McLaughlin, Penn, Humphrey. And that was Joey Connor with a slip coming out of 2, and he goes up right in the door. Joey Connor's around. Caution, and Connor's hit hard. Connor had a slip coming out of 2. Gets down to 3 and 4. Does the same exact thing. Goes up the hill. Taps the door of the 64. And then he is going to get pummeled right there. And Chris Alvey got the worst of that deal. And then those two fighting to get going again. I think the left front on that car is heavily damaged. Yeah, it's pushed in and pushed back. That car is not steering. So all the suspension on the left front damaged. That may affect this whole thing. We'll go back to the front. Knowles, Wynn, Rundle. Shemensky, Boyd, Pierce, Turnmeyer, McLaughlin, and Penn. Then Humphrey in 11th, Vinny 12th, Eddie, Schmutz, Westendorf, Hennessy, Alvey, and Shemensky are all in the pits with Connor. So only 14 cars on track, 4 in the pits. Not going to get a great angle here, I don't think. Alvey's car, heavy damage, nose missing, left front broken. Connor, left front broken, nose smashed in, hood pushed up, left side caved in. And then Shemensky has a lot of damage on the front and especially on those 2 fenders. So interesting development in the season finale. And we're just a handful of laps into this thing. Adam Vinny minding his own business, cruising along. Cars in front of him, yeah. Alvey's back on track, but that car not doing well. Let's see if we can get over here. Yeah, that does not look good. Because that left front tire, I know, was pushed in and pushed back. That car wasn't driving very good.
Green, green, green.
All right, green flag coming back out. And Casey Wynn trying to use the high side to take the lead. This is what Reed Rundle did at the start. Rundle ended up relegated back to 3rd. We come around. And Joey Connor still on pit road. Cars shuffling, scooching, wiggling around down here. That was Turnmeyer and Boyd. Here comes Adam Vinny. Vinny back in the top 10 now. Colin Penn, Marvin Turnmeyer. Nose to tail in front of Vinny. Vinny got to the bumper of Colin Penn right there. They're still side by side at the front. Rundle's got a row to himself, and then Boyd and Shemensky are side by side. Turnmeyer and Pierce are side by side. Penn has a row to himself. They're 3 wide getting into 3. Boyd slid coming out of 2. Pierce went high. Turnmeyer went low. He was the meat in the sandwich, and now he's trying to get back in line, but Colin Penn is there. Adam Vinny trying to follow Penn through with the door open. Might as well make a run. Joey Connor's car still on pit road. I think the 91 done. Oh, Stephen Pierce. Wow, what a slide. Great save. 24 car dead sideways coming up the front stretch. Reed Rundle making a bid for 2nd. Move to the inside on Casey Wynn. Matt Knowles. Cruise control out front. Colin Penn now side by side with Stephen Pierce, trying to keep forward momentum, keep the door open. And Adam Vinny said, yeah, keep him up there at least for another set of corners. I need to get here and get through as well. That time Penn with a big slip, and they're going to stay side by side even longer. Casey Wynn slides coming out of 2. Big stack up down the backstretch. Vinny got into Penn, and that slowed him up and allowed Boyd to go back around. So Vinny picks a spot up and then loses it. Cars in front of him slipping and sliding around. We're still side by side here. This is around 10th place. Knowles has the lead. He's got it by almost half second on Rundle. Rundle's got about 7/10 on Shemensky. Turnmeyer's tucked in. Pierce is tucked in. Wynn is tucked in. Boyd's got about a car and a half to catch up. Colin Penn right behind him, and Adam Vinny now working around Sean McLaughlin, trying to keep himself in 9th so he can start focusing on the cars in front of him. Needs to make a couple more passes to ensure this, I think. McLaughlin is right there. Then LaHennessy, 88 of Matt Eddy. Good run for Eddy. Made his way through into the feature via the B main. Humphrey, Schmutz, Westendorf, Shemensky, and Alvey. Everybody still in the lead lap, but Chris Alvey in the middle of the backstretch, and your leader coming out of turn number 2, so about half a straightaway as we've crossed over the halfway point. 15 laps remaining. The gap opening up now, 0.6 of a second to Rundle. But it's 0.8 back to third place, Shemensky. Pierce is right there. Turnmeyer. Colin Penn, Casey Wynn, Adam Vinny are having a go out of here. As Wynn is up the hill, Penn's to the inside, and Vinny is trying to help him get through, trying to be patient as possible with him as well. Thought about 3 wide, and then backed the car up a little. Wynn is having problems on the high side. I think that right rear is cooked on the 05. He gives up the spot to Penn and now has the 64 of Vinny to the inside. This is a battle for 7th. Big blink from Wynn, and I think that might be enough to give Adam Vinny enough room to now start focusing. He's got the fender on the inside of the 52. Can he get him up the hill? He's got position now. Just needs to complete the pass, and Colin Penn is not cutting him an inch of slack. He is laying right down there, sheet metal to sheet metal. 7th and 8th place, duking it out back here. Knowles having his way. He's got almost a second on Reed Rundle. Started up front as runaway. Rundle started on the outside row, fell back a couple spots, worked his way back to second. Stephen Pierce with a good run. Drifting the car, getting down into turn 3. Turnmeyer's right behind that. Andrew Shemensky in 5th. Garrett Boyd was looking at a move inside the top 5 right there, but couldn't get it done. Colin Penn and Adam Vinny still going at it. LaHennessy's behind that. Here comes Matt Eddy. He works to the inside of LaHennessy now. He worked to the inside of Wynn. Made that look simple, and now not so simple. LaHennessy out of shape. Goes to the inside wall. Vinny cleared Penn as Penn got way out of shape, and I think there was contact. But I'm going to say it out loud. When you pinch, sometimes you pay. And Penn was laying right on that fender. And just the tiniest slip, and the next thing you know, somebody's maybe going for a ride. We're going a little further forward here because now Shemensky's under fire from Boyd, and Turnmeyer got to Pierce. So we got two buys right there, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're coming around. It's a wave lap next time by, folks. Don't look now, but cue the Jaws music. Reed Rundle is prowling. He is closing in. Was a second. It's down to just about 0.6, a touch under with 5 to go. Let's go back. Turnmeyer and Pierce have sorted it out. Boyd got by Shemensky. Vinny up to the 7th spot. That may be enough. Those positions may be enough to secure him that championship. I don't know. It was 15 points. Knowles out of the corner. It's down to just under 0.4 of a second with 3 laps to go. Getting there is one thing. Getting around the guy is a whole other deal. Rundle closes it up a little bit more. 2 to go, and it's about 3 car lengths. Oh, big slip. Big wiggle out of Rundle coming out of 2, and it opens it back up to 0.5 second. That might be enough. White flag coming out this time. Knowles has enough of a lead. We're watching right here. Vinny moved up to 6th. But into 3 and 4. Final time. The 15 of Matt Knowles will go to victory lane. Rundle finishes 2nd. Turnmeyer 3rd. Boyd 4th. And Adam Vinny pulls a top 5. So we'll start shuffling some drivers around. Matt Knowles, Marvin Turnmeyer, Reed, Matt Knowles. Matt Knowles is right there. And just because we can, we'll move that guy right there. But let's go and let's get Mr. Turnmeyer. I think he's making an extra lap around just because. Wanted to go down pit road and give a high five to his crewmates. But Marvin Turnmeyer closing the season out with a podium finish tonight, buddy.
Heck, man, I ain't used to doing that. I forgot to come up to the front stretch, and head was a little out of it tonight. This whole season I've been running in honor of my dad. Got on another P3 tonight, and I feel like he was riding with me all night tonight.
Yeah, it looked like things got a little dicey. Oh, let me see if I can find a little better. I don't think I'm going to find a better one. Nope, I'm not going to find a better one. That's as good as we're going to get, man. It looked like things got a little dicey, but a couple of slips here and there. It looked like everybody was kind of slipping around, but you did it early and then kind of got the ship righted and just kind of picked your way through there.
Yeah, down in P3, I just got back in the throttle too quick, and she really took off. And, I appreciate everybody giving me room to gather it up. And then I just kind of found my rhythm. This car is really loose in general, which is a lot of fun. It really creates a lot of passing opportunities and everything. But it really takes a good rhythm to be quick in this car. And finally found it, and, we was able to gradually step our way up through there. Great race with Steven. Good racing with Garrett tonight. A lot of fun, and congrats to Matt, Team 137 on the win.
Yeah, it looked like the season was kind of up and down here at the end, man. You've been kind of solid, so a podium run got to give you some momentum, especially considering you got to go tomorrow night to ERA, and then when they come back, man, they're going to go to the little mini stocks. Are we going to see the 16 on Sundays?
Yeah, we'll definitely be in the mini stock. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And looking forward to some more late models for the ERA next season. I hope we get a few more guys than what we've been getting in here for the mini stocks. That car is it's going to be pretty fun, I think. It's going to open up an awful lot of opportunities. And don't be surprised if we see some more 3-wide racing. That car's a little bit smaller, so we got a little bit more room to work with next season.
All right, Matt. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
As Marvin Turnmeyer, he finishes in 3rd. Oh, let's move right over here. And let's see if we can find him. Yeah, he's in there. I'm sure he's working on the points, but we're going to interrupt him long enough to talk to him about a second-place run here to close the season out before he goes on his hiatus. Reed Rundle, that was an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, it got slick there last 2/3 of that race. And I mean, trying to trying to chase down Matt, he was running perfect lines, and then it just seems never to happen or never fails. He made a mistake. I was there, and then I made the same mistake. So got loose and got a little crazy on it, and yeah, and we got the points whenever you're ready too. So.
Well, we'll finish this interview up here, man. Great season. You've had a lot of participation. I know you guys are going to go back on Sunday nights with the little mini stocks. And do you have enough commitments for us to have great fields like this again?
Yeah, I mean, we threw it to a vote, and I think there was 17 or 18 that said mini stock, and a few of the other guys were like, it doesn't matter what you run, we're going to run with you. So, I kind of anticipate that we're easily going to be at that 20 plus again for the whole season. I mean, obviously that's always the hopes. We get 3-4 heats a night and stuff like that. It puts on a good show, and overall, we'll see what the mini stock brings. Hopefully it's as good a racing as we've had here in the street stocks.
Cool deal. We know we got a couple of guys that are familiar with the channel that are going to try to get a hold of you to sign up here in the next week or two. So we'll shove them over your way, man. Give me some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you finish your admin duties, and then you can tell us about who is the official champion.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, thanks again to you guys for the broadcast. Always do a great job, and that's, we've had such a great relationship for several years now, and we really appreciate it. So big shout out to you guys. Our sponsors for the series, looks like both of them, or hopefully both of them, will be coming back. Scrub It Up Car Wash and Beardsconsin Small Batch Beard Oils. Wabam also probably again with the Clean Driver Award moving on to next season. All three of them should be back with us again as far as I know. I haven't heard anything different. Shout out as far as for me, I had a rough early part of the season, but we come back to finish, I think, 4th in the points. So we'll take that. We had some strong runs here late. Little Caesars is on the car, Beardsconsin, Scrub It Up, all those guys that have been with us, Bravo Trailers. Shout out to my dad down in Florida. Hopefully they've made it to a safe retreat right now with everything going on down there. And shout out to my wife upstairs, and I'll let you move on to the next couple, and I'll have the points whenever you're ready.
All right, I am going to get our winner up here real quick and make sure we give him a real good interview here, and then I'm definitely ready for you to do that for us. So let's get Matt Knowles real quick. Matt Knowles, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, it's been a minute since we've talked, but this time we're talking on the top step of the podium. You dominated this thing from start to finish, my friend.
Man, it feels good. First win here in the Mars League. Feels good.
Yeah, it looked like you really didn't have a whole lot of issues. Car didn't get away from you too many times. You battled pretty hard with Rundle there at the very beginning, and then after that, it was just kind of keep the nose pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, had a good car. Burnt a little off there at the end. Reed seemed like he was catching, but we had enough to hold on to the end there.
Yeah, I was telling the fans, it's one thing to get there, it's another thing to pass, and he was about to get there, and then he made a mistake. Do you think you could have held him off if he'd actually got to the bumper with 2 to go?
I think I could have done it. Low line seemed like it was where it was tonight. As long as I didn't give that up, I think I could have held him.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless, man. You're going to get the win tonight. I got to ask you before I let you do your shout-outs. Going to swap over to the mini stock for next season?
Absolutely. Can't wait to be back.
All right, man. Shout them out before we let you go celebrate a great win tonight.
Yeah, of course, we got to thank the series sponsors, Beardsconsin, Wabam, Scrub a Dub, and my sponsor on the hood, EGE Products. Appreciate everything.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you in the mini stocks here in a few weeks.
Thanks, Roger.
That is Matt Knowles picking up the win. All right, Reed Rundle, before I grab them, tell me which one I'm grabbing.
Well, why don't we bring all three of them up in here, and we'll just throw it out there at that point.
Wait, who is all three?
Well, we got Adam Vinny, Mr. Turnmeyer, and Joey Connor.
Oh, really? Okay.
Top three. They're all waiting.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll get them all in here so we can make one ecstatic and break 2 hearts.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thanks to these guys that ran all season and ran super strong and super clean. I mean, this series has been great. ERA has been great. I mean, we are continuing to build these two series, and these guys are the core reason why this series is continuing to be as good as it is. So, I just want to shout out. I know Adam had a win or 2 wins on the season. Joey had 3 wins on the season. Marv was up there on the podium a few times. I know I was up there on the few times. Basically now comes the heartbreak because with this last race and Joey having that bad luck, Mr. Vinny took the championship with 439 points with the drop week, and then Joey Connor was second with 427, and then Marv Turnmeyer down there in third. I was fourth and Garrett was fifth. So great job, guys. And I'm going to let Roger take over on that part of it for the interviews. And great job, guys.
All right. Well,
thank you, Ray. Thanks for everything you do.
Let's start with the heartbreak because he came in with the points lead, did not have a great heat race, and that just kind of exploded into a bad start about 4 or 5 laps into the feature. Joey Connor, it looked like things were kind of all in your favor. All you had to do is get to the feature and basically stay in the top 10, and that did not work out, man. What were you thinking going through the heat race after that slip out of turn 2?
Well, I mean, I knew I had a good car. I think I just got too aggressive right there with Daniel. I should have just sat there. I mean, it was self-inflicted on myself for sure. And hey, Vinny was more consistent all year long. He did a better job all year long. He deserved to be champion.
Well, then you get into the feature, and I know it looked to me anyway, like you're back there riding. You're trying to pick your spot, and everybody in front of you just kind of an oopsie, and you kind of end up in the middle of a melee.
Yeah, I was back there. There was a lot going on. I could see a lot of people slipping and sliding, and I seen somebody slip in front of me, and I lifted, and it got me free, and I got free and got down on the in the grass. And when I came back up, I just had a bad angle. Got up into the side of Vinny and didn't want to do that. Turned myself around, and it was just all she wrote from there. I mean, just a terrible night, really.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, we know the heartbreak of not picking up the championship. We'll expect to see the 91 in the mini stocks when we get kicked back off on Sundays. Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I love racing with these guys, man. You can really trust racing around them, and they're a bunch of great group of guys. And yeah, definitely gonna be back and try and maybe go for another one.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you talking to us. Great season, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here when we go to the minis.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything you do. I'd like to thank Reed and Peter, the guys behind the scenes, Scrub-A-Dub, Wabam, all the sponsors. Couldn't do it without them. And I'd like to thank my guys, Stacy Pereira with Pereira Race Parts and Chris and Alan Pereira, Caldwell Banker Elite. And thank you again for everything you do.
You betcha, buddy. Thanks for chatting with us, man. All right, real quick before we move to the champ. Marvin Turnmeyer, third in the race, third in the points. Good season, man. You're going to look to improve on that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Joey Connor School of Qualifying in the off season. It's a lot easier to grab a podium when you start close to the podium. And coming from LCQ most of the season, I learned a lot. Definitely learned a lot of patience. So if we can start closer to the front, we might have a few wins next season.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great season, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at ERA, and then when we kick back off on Sundays.
Yes, sir. And again, thanks to you, Reed, Beardsconsin, Scrub-A-Dub, Wabam, everybody for letting us do this. It's a ball, and we certainly appreciate it.
All right, man. Now we'll move on. Everybody in the chat, sitting on pins and needles, waiting to hear from this guy. Did not get the finish I think he was hoping for tonight. A little bit of misfortune happened in front of him, and he did the right thing and saved the car, but he ends up recovering, coming home with a 5th-place finish in the finale, and that was enough to garner him a championship. Adam Vinny, 64 car looks like maybe that's good luck for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking it. Yeah, it is. Man, I thought I was gonna wreck about 50 different times. I guess everybody just wanted to congratulate me early. I guess slapping their paint on me, huh?
Yeah, well, we noticed that you and the 52 car did quite a bit of trading going through the corners. You guys were laying on each other pretty good.
Yeah, he was getting loose, and I was staying off of him. Really didn't want me to get by him. I finally got under him, and yeah, we were. It was interesting, to say the least. Interesting.
Yeah, it looked like it wasn't as easy a cruise as the Lumber Dude limousine should have.
No, yeah, I mean, I still had fun. I had a better car than what was showing up with, but all in all, it was couldn't ask for more. Grab that champagne. Let's crack it.
I was getting ready to say, well, now we get to get all your big shout-outs and thank yous because the big hardware goes to you, sir. So it's all yours. Let her rip.
Thank you, Roger. The Dirt Racing Network. My daughter Aubrey came into town from college, and I miss her a lot. So it was something special to see her and surprise me, and hopefully she watched as I asked to root me on. My dad with the 64 to win this championship for him means the world to me. Reed, Mars, Wabam, Scrub-a-Dub. It's Wisconsin, Beardsconsin, next level litigation support. My Aunt Maureen, who's on the car. My mom and dad upstairs for watching my baby to be able to do this, and it paid off. And thinking of my girlfriend, she's at bowling, and one of these times she wants to hear your bowling jokes. So, but
Yeah, no, that's
just
not
everybody
happening.
who,
Yeah.
but just everybody, my again, my teammate Reed, just everybody who stood by me and supported the Dirt Racing Network, supported me, supported Mars and ERA on Tuesday nights, and the big block modifieds coming up. So the man, just everybody. I'm losing words, but man, much love to everybody. I really appreciate it, and heartbreak to Joey Connor. That guy's always fast. Heck of a guy. Look forward to racing with him some more.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again. It was very well earned and hard fought all the way. You did a great job. Make sure you come back and defend when they swap to the mini stocks on Sundays, and I'm going to see you over here in the big blocks in just a little bit.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, everybody.
That is your season champion, Adam Vinny. He finished fifth in the race tonight, but it was enough to gain him points to pass the early DNF for Joey Connor, which heartbreak for Joey Connor, but you know what? That's just racing. It's unfortunate, but that's just racing. Sometimes you get the dog, and sometimes the dog gets you. Anything to add real quick before I get out of here tonight, Reed?
No, good. Like I said, great job on everything. We appreciate you, and you could hear some emotion in a couple people's, there, which is kind of funny.
It's awesome.
We joke about this. Yeah, we joke about this being, quote, fake racing. I mean, that's been thrown at us quite a bit. And when you look at the situation of the fact that, it's on a computer, but it's pretty much real racing. I don't care how you look at it. So for those naysayers, well, I got a couple words, but I'll be nice. Have a good night.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Cartoon racers have feelings too. That's all I'm going to add.
Have a great night, Roger.
You too, buddy. Thanks, Reed. All right, folks, that does it for MARS on Monday Night Thunder. They will be moving back to the Sunday night time slot, 8 Eastern, in a couple of weeks with the mini stocks. Big congrats to all the drivers. Good race. Really was. Good race overall. Unfortunate that the championship worked out the way it did, but we're very happy for Adam Vinny. We know he really wanted that championship and to bring it home in the 64 car. I think it means a whole lot more than he was able to convey, and you could hear the emotion in his voice while he was talking about that. So congrats to him. Want to say thank you very much to everybody in the chat. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do it. Without all the leagues giving us awesome racing like we see every night here on the Digital Sim Sports Network and the Dirt Racing Network, there is nothing for us to cover, so everybody gets a pat on the back. We're going to take a break for about 15 minutes. We're going to get the points ready to go so that we know at the end of the second show who not only the big block modified champion is, but that Camus Racing Simulator's wheelman is as well. We'll give those to you during the next broadcast. But again, thank you for being here. If you can't come back,